If you're over 60 and feeling like your balance just isn't what it used to be, you're not alone. Maybe you're catching yourself grabbing onto furniture more often, or hesitating before stepping off a curb. Maybe walking across the room just feels different, unsteady. Most people think this is just aging, but that's not the full story. What's really happening is that key systems in your body, your inner ear, your feet, your coordination, are going quiet. But here's the good news. You can wake them up. And it doesn't take hours of exercise, a gym membership, or expensive gear. In this video, I'll show you exactly why these 3 simple balance exercises work so fast, backed by science, explained in plain English. And while I explain, you'll see real demonstrations so you can follow along safely and confidently. Let's dive in. Balance isn't just about strong legs. It's actually a conversation between your muscles, joints, inner ear, and brain. And after 60, that conversation can start to break down. Why? Because 3 major systems are involved. Your inner ear, vestibular system, which senses movement and rotation. Your proprioceptors, tiny sensors in your joints that tell your brain where your body is. And your vision, which helps you orient in space. The problem is, as we get older, and especially if we sit too much or move less, these systems weaken. Not from damage, but from lack of use. So your brain stops reacting as quickly. You lose awareness of your feet, your posture slumps, and that's when stumbles and hesitation begin. But here's the key. These systems can be retrained. Today, we're using 3 specific exercises that target each of these systems directly. They've been shown to reactivate coordination, posture control, and fast muscle responses in just a few minutes a day. And the best part? You'll see exactly how each one is performed and understand why it works, right as it's being demonstrated. Let's begin with the first movement, heel walks, a powerful tool to retrain your brain-foot connection and prevent forward falls. Now, as you watch this first demonstration, notice what's happening. The person is walking forward with their heels on the ground, toes lifted up toward the ceiling. Their arms swing naturally at their sides, just like walking. This is called heel walking, and while it may look simple, it's doing something very important. It's reactivating the tibialis anterior, a muscle on the front of your lower leg that helps lift your toes off the ground when you walk. This one muscle plays a massive role in preventing toe stubs, trips, and forward falls. And for many people over 60, it's underused and undertrained. Now, as you continue watching, take note of the form. The person keeps their heels in contact with the floor at all times. Toes stay lifted. This is the key part. And the arms swing naturally, which helps maintain balance and rhythm. Here's why this works so well. Every step you take involves a split second where your heel strikes first and your foot rolls forward. But if the muscles that lift your toes aren't strong, you're more likely to drag your foot or catch your toe, especially on uneven surfaces. Heel walks directly strengthen that lifting motion. But they also do more. Because you're walking in a slightly unusual way, your brain has to pay attention. That means you're training your neuromuscular system, the connection between your brain, feet, and legs, to become more responsive. This kind of exercise creates what's called a motor learning loop. You challenge your balance in a safe, controlled way, and your brain responds by improving your control in real-life situations. So even just 30 to 60 seconds of heel walks a day can lead to better foot clearance, fewer trips, and more confident walking. Let's now move into exercise 2, one that helps you regain your side-to-side stability, which is critical for real-world balance. Now take a look at this next movement. The person is standing tall, feet about hip-width apart, arms relaxed by their sides. They're not rushing. They're simply shifting their weight slowly from one side to the other. This is called a side-to-side weight shift, and it's one of the most effective and overlooked ways to retrain your body's awareness of where you are in space. Watch closely as they move. Their posture stays upright. Their breath is flowing freely, and as they shift weight to one leg, they're not lifting the other foot. Instead, they're transferring pressure, letting one side of the body carry more load, then gently returning to center. Now let's break down why this works so well. When you walk, turn, or adjust your position, your body makes constant micro-adjustments. These involve the ankles, knees, hips, core, and especially your lateral stabilizers, the muscles that keep you upright when you sway or lean. But here's the issue. These muscles weaken not because of age, but because modern life doesn't challenge them. We walk in straight lines. We sit in chairs that limit movement, and we rarely train ourselves to handle sideways motion, which is actually one of the most common directions people fall, especially when they lose balance stepping sideways or turning too fast. As you see in the video, this exercise restores that ability by retraining your balance line, from the soles of your feet through your ankles and hips, all the way to the top of your head. And as they shift side to side, they're practicing something called grounded awareness. This means staying connected to the floor, not by gripping or tensing, but by allowing the weight to move naturally while staying relaxed. This is also a breath-based exercise. Notice how they're not holding their breath? That's intentional. Deep, natural breathing during balance work helps your nervous system stay calm, focused, and responsive. Even doing this for 60 seconds a day trains your proprioception, those internal body sensors that fade with disuse, and it builds confidence. Because once your body remembers how to shift safely, your fear of falling begins to shrink. Now, for our final movement, we're going to challenge your inner ear and your visual coordination with a slightly more advanced drill. Let's take a look. Now, look closely at this final exercise. The person is standing on one leg, with the other foot placed lightly against the wall. They're not leaning back or using their hands. Their posture is upright, and their arms hang relaxed by their sides. Then, slowly and deliberately, they begin to turn their head from side to side, without twisting their shoulders. This is called a vestibular challenge drill. It targets the inner ear system, which is crucial for balance. And it's one of the most powerful ways to retrain your fast reflexes after 60. Here's what's happening. Every time you turn your head, your inner ear sends signals to your brain about direction and speed. If those signals are delayed, or if your brain has stopped processing them efficiently, you feel dizzy, wobbly, or disoriented. Now, for many seniors, this system has gone quiet, because we don't turn our heads much anymore, especially not while standing on one leg. But in daily life, these quick head movements happen all the time. Looking over your shoulder, reacting to a sound, or shifting your gaze while walking. So by combining head rotation with single leg stance, you are retraining two systems at once. Your vestibular system, which manages motion and orientation. Your proprioceptive system, which keeps your body aligned over your foot. Now back to the demonstration. As you can see, the person keeps their head level and the movement slow and controlled. They're not whipping their head around. This is important. Fast movements too early can cause dizziness, but gentle, consistent turning allows the brain to recalibrate safely. Another important detail. Notice how the standing leg is slightly bent, not locked. This keeps the knee soft and reactive, ready to make tiny adjustments as the head turns. And look at the foot on the wall. It's there for mental reference, not support. It helps your brain track your posture without leaning or using the wall for help. This drill also wakes up the deep, stabilizing muscles in the hips and core, because every time the head moves, your body wants to shift. But holding steady through that movement builds incredible control. Try this for 20 to 30 seconds per side, once or twice a day. Start with eyes open, and only progress to eyes closed if you feel 100% steady and safe. With this one exercise, you're not just improving balance, you're rebuilding reactive coordination, which can mean the difference between catching yourself and falling. Let's wrap things up and talk about how to make these habits stick, easily and safely. You've just seen 3 simple but incredibly powerful exercises, each targeting a different piece of the balance puzzle. First, the heel walks that strengthen the front of your lower legs and retrain your brain to lift your feet confidently. Then, the side-to-side shifts that bring your awareness back to your center and restore lateral stability. And finally, the head turns on one leg, which recalibrate your inner ear and reaction timing. Individually, they're effective. But together, they create a full-spectrum approach to balance, addressing strength, proprioception, and neuromotor control all at once. Now here's the most important thing. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Even just a few minutes each day, done with focus, safety, and control, can create real changes in how your body moves, responds, and recovers. Because your nervous system is adaptable, and even after 60, it's never too late to retrain it. So here's your next step. Choose one of these exercises and start today. If you're ready to go all in, do the full routine, just 5 to 6 minutes total. And if you're serious about rebuilding your balance, let me know in the comments by writing, "I'm restarting my balance." That one phrase lets me know you're in, and that you're ready to take control of your movement again. Also, please consider sharing this video with a friend or family member. You never know who might be struggling silently with their balance. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because in the next video, I'll be walking you through a full follow-along daily routine using these exact exercises, plus a special version for those with knee or foot pain. Until then, stay strong, stay steady, and remember, you're not done. You're just getting started.